Hi, I'm Aaron Turner from One Thought, and I wanted to talk a little bit about taking proper breaks. Because sometimes we think about taking a break as not sitting at your desk and working, but really, taking a break means getting some space in your mind, getting away from not the activity of studying, but the thinking of studying. Sometimes when you start thinking about something, if you think about it hard enough, it can be stressful, or it can be painful, or it can be tiring. If you think really intensely about something, it's really tiring. It takes a lot of energy. The brain burns so much more energy than any other part of your body. And so it's really good to take breaks because it allows you to refresh, it allows your mind to relax, it allows you to get some energy back. And sometimes just taking a physical break isn't enough, because if you stop studying and you go for a walk, but you're still worrying and thinking about everything, you haven't taken a break. You're still burning that energy. You just haven't gotten away from it. And it's really valuable when you step away from your desk to step away from your thinking, to step away from your worries. And I know that might seem irresponsible because it feels like you should be thinking about your studies all the time. But I think that taking a break is something that's really important, to let your mind relax, to let your mind refresh. And there's an interesting story that's about that. There is a man, or let's just say there's a person who lives in the woods, and they're chopping down trees. And in the next plot, there's someone else who also lives in a cabin chopping down trees. And the first person's very competitive, so he goes to the neighbor and says, "I can chop down more trees than you. You work too slowly." And the other person says, "Okay, fine, let's do that." So they have a competition. And all day long, the first person's chopping down trees, and they're thinking, "I'm going to win this because I can hear that my neighbor's not sawing and chopping all day. They're sawing for a little bit, and then they're stopping, and then they're sawing for a little bit, and then they're stopping. So I know I'm working all the time. I'm chopping down trees all the time. I'm going to win." And at the end of the day, they compare what they've done, and the person who was chopping down trees all day hasn't cut down as much. And he's really confused. He's like, "You cut down more trees than me, but you didn't work all day. You took breaks. How did that happen? I was chopping all day." And the person that cut down more trees says, "Well, I was taking breaks, sharpening my saw. Keeping the saw sharp allowed them to cut down more trees in less time." And our mind's a bit like that. We think it makes sense to be thinking and working all the time, but actually letting our mind have a break, to refresh, to get away from it, is like sharpening the saw. It keeps your mind fresh, and that allows you to concentrate better, to understand better, and it's something that we don't really value enough.